What's good, y'all? Welcome to the 4th episode of our show, the Black Experience Podcast. I'm your host, Jordan Jones. Joining me this week, we have...
What's up, everybody? I'm Nate.
Hey, I'm Ryan.
Alright, now, if this is your first time joining us, let me give you a quick rundown of what this show is about. Each week, usually around 4 to 5 Black college students. This week, only 3. Join together to talk about nerd culture, entertainment, news, right before diving into our book club of the week, where we talk about an anime, a TV show, a movie that we decided to watch, and kind of just have like a little easy discussion, light discussion about what we thought about everything. And each week, before we just released the entire video all together, but now we're going to release it segment by segment kind of. So starting on Tuesday, we will release the topic segment of our show. And then Wednesday and Thursday we're going to split the book club in half and talk about the first half on Wednesday and then the second half on Thursday, right before releasing the final video on YouTube as a complete package. But if you don't really like the video content that much, we will still release the full audio on SoundCloud and iTunes every single Tuesday around noon. But yeah, that's what this show is. That's how it's released. So now I kind of want to get into the topic of this week, where we're going to talk about reboots. Okay. You know, a lot of shows have been getting canceled lately, and like a lot of new shows and a lot of new original really good shows, like Jarvis was saying last week, really loving Sense8 and The Get Down. But with those shows getting canceled, there's also been a lot of shows getting rebooted. So lately the big ones are Sister Sister. They've been talking about rebooting that. And then Raven's Home. Yeah. They're talking about bringing that back out. So what do you guys think about all this?
For me personally, I don't know necessarily if from my childhood, I would think That's So Raven was a great show. Sister was a great show, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I didn't really watch Boy Meets World, but I know that got a reboot as well.
Oh yeah, that's it. Girl Meets World.
Girl Meets World, yeah. But I know a lot of people love Boy Meets World. But I feel like when you take all of these and you kind of reboot them, like the original greatness of the show is lost, and oftentimes you see that they're putting out things that are not very good. I heard Girl Meets World was pretty terrible. Yeah. And then the Full House one too?
Fuller House
was terrible as well.
But I also hear that people are giving Fuller House really good reviews, but when I actually hear people that I know that have watched it, they always say that it's bad. I don't really understand are you familiar with Fuller House at all? And Full House? I never liked Full House.
Full House, yes. I did watch all the time, but Fuller House, no. Yeah. I haven't really watched it on Netflix. I just think after Full House, there was no point of making it.
Yeah, there was really
it was
kind of done.
It was already a good show.
Yeah. And it was so long ago, too.
Right.
How long was Full House? Is it 80s?
Yeah, it might have been 80s, early 90s.
Early 90s? Yeah. And it was on the TGIF block. Yeah. I don't remember when that was. But then there's shows like Raven Show.
That's a Raven.
Yeah, That's a Raven is coming back with Raven's Home. And Raven's Home, the premise around it is that Raven and Chelsea are living together, and they're both divorced single moms now, and Raven has 2 okay you had to kick out of that. Yeah, Raven has 2 kids, and it seems like the boy is gonna get psychic powers. I'm not sure if the daughter is gonna get psychic powers later, and then Chelsea has a son, I believe. And then there was another girl in the trailer too, but it doesn't seem like she's part of the family.
She might just be
a friend.
Yeah, I mean, I will say this: I do have my doubts just based on how everything else has kind of played out. But I will say that the trailer for it didn't seem very bad. It seemed like it had promise, but I don't know. Just based off on a lot of the newer shows that have been coming out, none of them really have been. Maybe it's just the whole nostalgia thing going on. Yeah. Maybe I just loved them so much more when I was younger. But I feel like a lot of the new shows that they've been putting out haven't really lived up to my expectation of all that stuff.
Do you think this show for her, Raven, is more to get a check, or is it more to...
That could be.
I'm not sure what to
that could be it too.
She's been staying busy though, right? She's on The View, and
is she still on?
Negative views? It's been
it's negative
talk.
Okay,
every time you mention Raven now, it's
something bad. Yeah, she did this.
Yeah.
Yes,
I don't know.
It's possible.
Maybe it's to repair her image.
It could be.
Maybe I wasn't really thinking of that. Because I mean, there is just like a culture right now just bringing back old shows. So
it is.
Maybe she is just hopping on that to repair her image. I'm not really sure what damage has been done to her image. I know she says like wild things, but
she says a lot of wild things.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you were talking about nostalgia, and I feel like nostalgia it's such like a tricky card to play, because it's either nostalgia, you either love this old thing so much that you want to see it brought back, or you love it so much that you're like, please don't touch it at all. Like with the Ghostbusters reboot, I know a lot of people are like, I love the Ghostbusters, don't touch the Ghostbusters. And then like when they rebooted it and they brought it back with a all female cast, they're like, why are you doing this, and a lot of people like interpreted that, and sometimes it was rightfully interpreted as people just not wanting a female cast for the Ghostbusters. But yeah,
I mean, I do think nostalgia plays a part in it, but I don't know. I mean, still, I guess it's just my opinion. I just feel like Raven's Home won't be the same as That's So Raven. Mm-hmm. I just feel like it can't be. Yeah, I just feel like it can't be on that level.
Did you see the trailer?
No.
Oh man, I wish I would have shown it to you.
I haven't seen the whole thing. I've seen some of it. Mm-hmm. I mean, and it is interesting, but it's just like Raven again. Exactly. I've seen it. I've seen Raven before, so it's again.
I just feel like you can't. I just feel like there's some shows you just shouldn't reboot like that. I mean, if you want to run reruns, that's fine. They don't play it on there anymore. So I mean, like if you want to get viewership up, stuff like that, I don't know. But I just feel like some things you can't necessarily. You should just let that be. Like it was a good show. It ended well. Let it be. I don't know.
I feel like That's So Raven isn't quite up at that tier though. That's So Raven's not this show where I'm like, all right, this is an awesome show. This is a legend. Hang it up in the rafters.
True.
It doesn't need to be touched again.
True.
Like it's just like a fun little show that
But do we care? Where
that's
is that now?
Well, it's not about Raven though. It's about it's about her kids. She's a conduit for the show, but her kid is getting the psychic powers. I wonder if Raven saw the psychic powers. That's
probably.
What is the name? Yeah, Ashley. Yeah, I don't even know.
Yeah.
And I wonder if like her friend, what was it, Chelsea? Chelsea's still ditzy like that. I wonder if she's still gonna play that. Same
probably.
Character. I don't know.
It kind of looked a little bit like it in the trailer.
I don't know. I really don't know. I just feel like I agree. It's not one of those shows that's like top tier, but I just feel like that it wasn't a necessity to bring them back.
But it's not a necessity, so they can bring it back.
True.
Like with Boy Meets World, like that show was something where we saw these characters grow and they had this like story, and we watched them mature. Were you familiar with Boy Meets World? Yeah. Where you like you really watched them, and they tried to recreate that same feeling with Girl Meets World, but you can't do that.
Yeah.
Like that was a timepiece, and that's something that was a special show. That's So Raven. It's a show. It's
you're right.
Yeah.
But then it goes to like you were saying earlier, like with Full House, like why?
Yeah.
What was the point of the show like ended? It had its run.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And people watched it for what it was. Why do you necessarily need to bring it back? Like we don't really have any questions about what happened to Raven, and I feel like it's kind of the same with a lot of these reboot shows. It's more like it kind of like had its run. The person, if they didn't end it well, then but you kind of like ended it. You feel like the person grew up and kind of went on their way.
They could have had a reunion special.
Oh yeah.
And like
I don't think the show
not
was
make
necessary.
it as a live, Q&A, but or, I mean, actually that probably wouldn't be bad, but just make it as everybody, after their career's over, they meet, or not after it's over, but in the middle of their career, make it a show where they all just meet and what's up.
Yeah.
Just like if they really want us to have a feel of what's happened after That's So Raven.
Yeah.
That can happen then.
I mean, that's the thing about it too. I'm not really sure if it's about us having a feel. Like we're not watching Disney Channel.
Yeah,
I don't know when the last time I watched Disney Channel was.
It's been a minute.
But if they want to bring a good show back, or not a good show, a good show for like, I guess the next generation that's watching Disney Channel now. I can't even say our kids because none of us are having kids at this age. But yeah.
Well, so is the show going will it be more centered towards our kids?
It's more centered towards your kids. That's what it seems like.
Okay.
And it's just Raven's home, you know? So it's about her house and the people living in her house.
I will say this, though. Some shows that I do think, like, it'd be cool to see a reboot of are, like, when I was younger, because my older cousins would watch DuckTales a lot. I know they're bringing a reboot of DuckTales. They have a new DuckTales. I think that's cool, honestly, because I feel like that's something you can, like, you know, Ninja Turtles. There's a bunch of generations of Ninja Turtles. I feel like shows like that, it's better to have a reboot.
So would you say that it's better for cartoon shows? Do you just not want live action reboots?
I don't know.
Stuff that is kind of like, I don't know, comic based. DuckTales is comic based.
Right? Yeah, DuckTales is comic based. Ninja Turtles had, you know, different generations. What else had generations? But I mean, sometimes they fail miserably. So like, sometimes they bring back a new generation and it's just trash. Yeah. So, but I mean, like, things like that. Like, if like some of the older shows, like Tailspin, I used to watch. It'd be cool to see those back on TV. Tailspin, Chip and Dale, Rescue Rangers, things of that nature. It'd be cool to see like a kind of reboot of that. I don't know. I feel like those would be more.
Yeah, I think that's a good take on it. Like, what would you like to see rebooted?
That's what I was trying to think the whole time.
I kind of saw it on your face.
I was listening.
I was hoping maybe I'd catch you at the right time.
Wow, what show do I want to reboot?
Yeah, I'm not even sure what show I would want rebooted myself. I mean, I know earlier this year, if you asked me, I would have said, no, don't reboot Power Rangers, but that movie got me. So sometimes they surprise you.
Yeah, sometimes they do a good job. I will say that.
Man, I can't really think of a show that I was really attached to as like a child that got canceled or just didn't really get an end.
I used to watch He-Man all the time.
He-Man?
Yeah. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see whether a
reboot would be worth it.
I wouldn't even.
He-Man's so old though, right?
Yeah. It's old.
Yeah. Thundercats.
Thundercats? Okay.
I think that's what it's. Actually, that's on He-Man, right?
No, I think Thundercats is his own thing.
Thundercats is his own thing.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
And I know there was like Freakazoid, Animaniacs. I used to watch all that stuff.
And they did try to bring some of that stuff back. Like stuff from that era. I think they brought Animaniacs back.
I don't think so.
They're bringing Animaniacs back now.
Honestly, if you
I remember seeing news about Animaniacs recently.
Really?
But I remember Johnny Quest came back. That's kind of from that area. You guys didn't watch Johnny Quest? Mm-mm. I hated Johnny Quest.
I don't know what
Johnny Quest was so bad and so
Johnny
boring.
Quest with
the little blonde boy and the Indian boy. Yeah.
And we made that.
And then the old.
How recently?
Probably like 2007 or so.
I didn't know that.
I feel like it was when I was in middle school.
I think I'm thinking about Johnny Test.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of too. I was like,
I said blonde and Indian.
Yeah, I was thinking of Johnny Test too.
Yeah, it's just.
Have you guys seen Johnny Quest before?
Mm-mm. Nah, never. Maybe. That actually reminds me. Speaking of old shows, just like, did you guys ever see on WB that knockoff SpongeBob show?
No,
I have not seen.
What is that?
It's called like Coconut Fred or something.
Coconut Fred.
No.
That was hilarious. It was so bad. It was terrible.
WB.
WB used to try to
WB.
take that.
Coconut Fred. This is Johnny Quest. I guess I'll put an image up for the video.
I've seen that. You know,
I don't think I've never watched it.
Okay, yeah.
I've
seen that.
I grew up on like Boomerang and stuff. So I guess that's why I don't really have shows that I want to see rebooted, because I didn't really watch the shows of our childhood. I watched a lot of Looney Tunes and stuff, and they tried to reboot that, and that wasn't any good.
The Jetsons, that's on Boomerang.
The Jetsons, yeah.
Okay, I used to watch that too.
I know the Animaniacs. Honestly, if you watch an episode of the Animaniacs now, it's like very vulgar. They have a lot of adult jokes going on in that stuff.
I mean, it was kind of vulgar even back then.
I mean, I didn't really catch on.
A lot, yeah.
I catch on now, like a lot.
That is true. After you watch some of that stuff over, you be like, it is like, oh wow, that was really
for real.
What I was watching.
It's like, wow, I can't believe I was watching that as a kid.
Yeah, but it seems like it's coming back as a Netflix show, the Animaniacs.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
Everything's on Netflix now.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Things on Netflix.
Pretty much. So do you guys have anything else that you want to say about the topic or about the reboots and everything? Any closing remarks? I feel like this is definitely getting picked up on the mic.
Reboots. No, I don't have anything.
No.
Yeah.